It is honestly so hard sometimes to live with this man.
Wow.
Like everything has to be his way. If he doesn't want something on, it stays off. If he wants the windows open, the windows stay open. Just anything. He wants it his way.
All right, welcome to the Other Half podcast. I'm here with the wonderful Erica.
Hi, guys.
It's me, Big Tino. You already know. Big Tino. How was your week, ma'am?
Good. Had a good weekend.
Oh, yeah. What'd you do this weekend?
We just spent time together, so that was good.
You hear that? Erica want to spend time with me.
Yeah, I enjoyed Sunday. I enjoy every Sunday, except we missed church this Sunday. So.
Yeah, you need to be on that, bro.
And then we had to take a break from the podcast, so that's why we didn't make one last Sunday.
Sorry, I'm getting all what's the word?
Comfy.
Yeah. Whatever.
Situated.
Yeah, I'm getting situated. So what's our icebreakers for today? Shout out to Hella Awkward.
Yes. So today's card is ask each person, what about me annoys you the most?
All right, what annoys me about you the most? You want to hear that for sure?
Yes, this is about honesty. We're transparent. That's why people want to listen. Okay, don't go too hard on me. I already know what it is.
What is it?
My moods.
I mean, yeah.
You know, I might be slight bipolar.
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but so are you.
No, I'm not.
You
No,
are.
I have a great day all the time. I wake up happy every day.
But you know what they say about the happiest people, right?
What, Erica?
I mean, let's look at Robin Williams.
What do they say, Erica?
The people like you have, like, you want to be happy all the time because you weren't happy when you were younger.
I mean,
so it's like, it's either real genuine or it's a mask.
Oh,
and see, I'm just like,
I'm fine.
Super authentic. I am what I am.
Wow.
Okay, no, it's just I wear all my emotions on my sleeves. That's all it is. I don't know how to fix that.
I don't do that. Well, I do that, but I guess I don't get mad or anything anymore. I don't know.
I think you're just happy where you are. That's all it is. We've talked about that. Y'all know.
Maybe you need to be happy where you are.
But give me grace because I'm not in the same pathway or whatever it is. On the same wavelength as you right now. But y'all, I'm not. Don't make me look like I'm a depressed person on here. I'm good. I just have my days.
You're a woman.
I have very high expectations. That's my other issue.
High expectations in what?
Yes, and just like my day. Like if something doesn't go my way, ruins my whole day.
See, you gotta stop. You gotta stop letting stuff ruin your day, ma'am.
I know. So,
right,
so that's what annoys you?
What annoys me? I don't know. Like if I had to pick one thing, I don't know. You know what? What annoys the hell out of me? When you say, "Oh, you're the reason she's like that," when April's acting bad.
Okay. No. Okay. If anybody knows April please, I am begging you. I will give you each $1 if you leave a comment. Being on my side because you know it's true. If you know April,
it's not about sides.
And you know Avery.
That's not the point.
If you know April and you know Avery, come on, all of you. I know you guys know his family, his friends, anybody close to us. April is literally a miniature Avery.
But why you gotta say that when she's being bad?
Because you are bad too.
What?
Y'all. Because I'm sorry, I don't know many 10-year-olds that just roast people on the spot.
I don't do that.
Come on, Dre, Kenny, Maja. Everybody knows.
Wow.
Everybody knows. She's just like you.
No, when she's acting bad,
That's
this
not
what
me.
this is the difference between our parenting, right?
Okay, here you go.
I can raise my voice and she knows, right? You'll be like, you better stop before I do this. 10 minutes later, you better stop before I do this. We're waiting for you to do that. Okay? We're
That
waiting
has
for
nothing
it.
to do with how she why she acts how she acts.
She don't be like that when you're not around, and she don't be like that when I go in there. Cuz I ain't gonna warn her.
Discipline and like how they actually react is not the same as how their personality is. Her personality is literally you. I wish you could
Y'all hear this?
see it. Everybody says it. Everybody says it. The way she's so goofy, the way she's just wild and like
Y'all hear
has
this?
no filter. The way she just comes back with like responses and
Y'all hear this?
talking trash, like that's all she does, and it irritates me.
I don't do none of that.
Me and her clash. That's why y'all are so like you guys get along more. Me and her clash because I don't do all that. So that's what annoys you. I thought you would say like my disorganization.
I mean, that's
my moods.
I expect that from you. At this point, I expect that. Every time you get dressed, makeup. Every single piece of makeup you use is on your desk.
That is every woman.
No, it's not.
But then I pick a day and I clean and organize my stuff. It don't stay like that every day.
But that's fine. That doesn't really bother me.
I think that's a part of my ADHD. No, that's every woman. Anyways.
You know what else annoys me about you? You be like, oh, I got to go here, here, and here. But you don't do them in order. You'll go here, come home, go back to the area you were just at, come back home, go somewhere else, come back home. You could have just did all that in one trip.
Are you talking about when I have Tubby?
Yes.
Okay, y'all. See, you're doing the most. Because I know him. I don't like dragging people around with me that don't want to go somewhere that I'm going just because I'm going. So what he's talking about is sometimes I'm coming home from work. Avery will ask me every day what we want for dinner. Then he says, go to the store to go get it, right? Like to go get it to cook. Then he'll ask me if I can, if he's not able to pick up the kids. Then I pick up the kids. Asia and April, I don't care. They're my kids. They're going to go wherever I go. Tubby is my little brother-in-law. He does not like to go anywhere.
That's fast.
He will literally sit in the car. I like to take my time. So it gives me anxiety to take him with me when I know he doesn't want to go. He's just going to sit in the car. He's going to be moping around. I'd rather just bring him home and then go to the store.
Erica, make him sit in the car. It's fine.
No,
don't rush. You take forever in the store,
exactly.
Too.
So why would I want him to sit in the car?
Erica will buy the same thing every day and it'll still take her a long time to buy it. That's how long she takes in the store. Every single package, she has to look at the ingredients like she ain't used it before. Oh, is this the one? Puts it back. Picks up another one. It's the same thing.
I'd be looking at expiration dates.
It don't take that long to look at expiration dates.
No, it's because I'm really actually shopping around. I love shopping for food. If I could bring everything home, I would.
Y'all hear this?
That's why. I always go in there for 5 things and I come out with
Erica
10.
To no store. Facts. That's terrible. What annoys me? What annoys you about me?
I've been waiting for this.
I don't care.
I'll be waiting. Come on, Joyce, because I know you know what I'm about to say.
Hey, don't be talking about
honestly, there's a couple things. A couple times. No, just kidding. Okay.
Maja, see what you started?
I think my number one thing is that you're just very anal.
About what?
Like everything has to be your way. Y'all, if he does not want the living room light on, he will leave it off every day. Like,
you know what? We need a lamp.
Whatever. It's the same thing. It's a light.
No, it's not. I like it to be lightly lit, not super bright.
But then you complain that I sit in the dark. You don't make any sense. So he
Cause you
just,
be in the dark.
No, you're just very
I don't
like,
know who be in there.
y'all, everything has to be Avery's way. It is honestly so hard sometimes to live with this man.
Wow.
Like everything has
Y'all
to
hear
be
this?
his way. If he doesn't want something on, it stays off. If he wants the windows open, the windows stay open. Just anything. He wants it his way. It's like, I don't know.
There's a reason.
Why
There's a
are you
reason.
like that though? Even
There's a
your
reason.
mom knows it. Like if you don't want the toilet seat lit up, which I agree, but still.
Nah, you agree.
No, but
don't
still, I'm just
complain
saying,
about it
like,
if you
you'll
agree.
be like, put the lid down. Like, I don't know. You're just very anal.
There's a reason for everything I do.
Why are you like that?
Because I'm very routine. I'm very routine. You hear
That's
me?
my other thing.
I'm very routine.
Can
That
you?
annoys you? That's
Yes.
crazy. Y'all hear this?
Okay, it's good and bad.
You love me?
Yes, I do. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. But y'all, it's good and
crazy.
bad because routine can get old. You can get bored.
Yeah, you can get bored.
You don't get bored.
But change your routine a little bit. You ain't got to change the whole thing.
You don't like to change anything.
Yeah, I change stuff up a little bit. You just don't be noticing
you
me.
don't.
She don't be noticing me, y'all. She don't be noticing me.
Yeah, I don't know. Just that you're very anal and very routine.
What's wrong with being a routine?
Honestly, that's really it.
That's just me. That's all of me.
I
right
know,
there.
that's a big
messed
chunk of
up.
you.
That's messed up. Is that funny?
I mean, you
crazy.
said be honest. We have to be transparent.
You want to be transparent now? That's crazy.
But your mom said you've always been that way.
Why you got
Like if she was
routine?
supposed to take you to school and she wasn't being on like quick enough for you, you would just leave and walk to school.
Yeah. Do you
Like
know
you
my
don't
mom?
like to wait around on. Yes.
Yeah. That's what made me routine, my mom. Because I seen how unorganized she was at times. And that's when you gotta
And then you
take
married
matters
an
into your own
unorganized person.
hands.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Well,
crazy.
you know, do you ever feel like you need to like work on that?
Nope.
See, I don't get
I
that.
love being a routine. You know why?
No, like work on like not having everything your way.
It doesn't have to be my way. As you know what? Going places, if we were on time, it wouldn't have to be my way. Doing
know.
stuff.
You'd just be
If
stressing
it
people
was,
out.
you know, I like to be on time. I like to be I don't know. You don't like my way?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's good and bad. I feel like you keep me on track. Because if it
feel
wasn't
like-
for you, I'd be late or I would be not on time with something.
See? Come on, man. Now
Okay,
she
I
want to
get
complain.
it, but
That's crazy.
sometimes it's like, dang.
The way I do things is what I think is the most efficient way.
Mm-hmm.
It's efficient. So when I open the windows, saving me some money on my light bill, my electric bill. But also, I like the natural.
That just roasting us to
I
death.
I
in
like
80
the fresh
degrees.
air.
But it's 80 degrees inside the house. It's fine, right?
Nah, that ain't. When it's like that, you can close the windows.
You don't.
You know, it be 74 degrees
That
in here.
is
You be
hot.
it's hot. It's hot. You
Okay,
be
we
standing
live
over
in
the stove. Talking about,
Arizona.
it's hot. Yeah, you're standing
Okay.
over the stove. No one else in the house is hot.
Exactly. It's even hotter across with the
Let
stove.
me tell y'all a story.
Oh my gosh.
There was one time
Y'all
I was
have no
playing the
idea.
game, right? Erica's standing over the stove. It's so hot. So she turned the AC on. I couldn't feel my toes by the end of the night. It was so cold. I had a blanket on me playing video games because it was so cold. And you know what she didn't do? Turn the AC back down.
Okay, do you even know what I had
Or
it
up.
on? Do you even know what I had it on that you're so cold?
It was freezing.
Like 72.
That's cold.
Went from 80 degrees in the apartment to
Why
72.
you lying? It
'Cause,
don't
bro,
even be 80, bro.
You be like it is so hot. And I come home sometimes and it's so stuffy and hot. That's what I mean by you're very like that. If I wouldn't have said anything, you would leave it like that. You don't ask anybody else if they're comfortable.
But I left it at 72.
But are you standing over the stove? No.
Sure ain't.
Anyways.
Sure ain't. What's wrong with standing over the stove?
Anyways, that's what just
That's crazy.
annoys me about you.
That's mean. That is mean. Be your own people, y'all.
And I didn't know that until I started living with you for sure. Like in 2016.
Oh, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, because I didn't know this about you dating you.
Wow, that would have changed something?
No, because we lived together before we got married, so.
That would have changed something? You would have left me if you didn't know?
Because we lived together before we got married, and then we got married, so I already knew.
Be your own people,
Anyways.
dog. All right, let's get to today's topic since you're bashing me. Let me find it again. Today's topic is dealing with grief and how the perspective's different from the one holding the grief and the partner trying to help navigate. But this is shout out my boy Bradley. He gave me this topic. He said, y'all should talk about this being here. Anyways, it's a weird topic because grief is, I feel like at one point I was the one handling grief and you were trying to help me, but then later it was reversed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was dealing with grief for you.
Give me a minute. Stop.
Why?
Ooh. My God. I don't know why every single time I think about him, that's why I can't think about him. Can't think about him at all. It's so weird because even at church, if I don't know what it is, if I hear like the drums playing, like the music, for some reason, it just reminds me of him. I think it's because I just think of him as such a regal person, or like that's what I just remember about him, that I don't know. Like if he was to just show up, like he's just, to me, just so, just a really, really good person. Like I've never met someone that, like, first of all, we're talking about Mike. So Avery's brother that was like brutally murdered on the day of my graduation, actually, for esthetician school. And he was murdered by somebody that was basically like a friend to him. And so, yeah, we went through that in 2023. And then I just feel like after that, was it 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. October 2023. And I just feel like after that, it's been so different ever since. And like, mind you, I didn't get to be around Mike like for a long time, but he did live with us at one point. We lived in Iowa for like 6 months. So he was, at the time going through some stuff then. So I didn't get to see him a lot then either. But anytime you met him or anytime you were around him or you spoke to him, and like we would communicate. So I still feel like I had a relationship with him. And there was not ever one time that I ever heard Mike talk about somebody. Ever. At least not with me. Never like said a bad thing about somebody. Like even if I would say something, he'd be like trying to, I don't know, like he just wouldn't feed into it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was like my brother, and it's just hard. It's so hard I just try not to think about it because I think it was really, really rough when he first passed, obviously. Like I remember when you were in the room sitting literally in a dark room. And that's when I knew. I was like you're really down bad because you never sit in the dark. Like you talk about that now with me. So yeah, that was rough. I almost felt like I didn't know how to help you. And I really don't think that there is anything that anyone can do when someone's going through grieving. You have to kind of just let them grieve, but you also don't want to leave them alone. You know what I mean? So it's a hard balance. Like, especially as a wife, I feel like that was hard on me because it changed our whole like household dynamic. I feel like the kids were affected. I feel like you didn't really want to do anything. It was really, really, really dark.
So how was dealing with it versus helping with it?
That's why I don't think it really hit me. It didn't get to really hit me because I was trying to help you. Like, I just remember trying to make sure that you were okay. And like, I would reach out to like Stephanie and Joe. And I remember that night, that's when I asked them, I said, I don't know what to do. He's in the room, like he won't come out. I tried to turn on the light. He asked me to turn it off. It was a part of you that I never saw, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I had to reach out to help because like I just didn't know what to do. It was hard. That was like the hardest thing I think we've ever gone through. Like screw like evictions and financial issues. I think that was by far the hardest thing ever to watch you go through and not be able to like fix your pain or like help you feel that you can't, like there's nothing you can do. You can't fix it. Like it's just, yeah, I don't know. It was really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was something else.
So I feel like just trying to help you get through it, just being there, honestly, I feel like that's all you can do is just be there for them. Let them know that you're there. I think even I didn't want it to seem like I was like, what is it? Like emotionless or have like no reaction. But like, I remember one time when you were like trying to tell me what actually happened and we were sitting on the couch and I just felt like I had no, like I couldn't even cry. I had like no emotions, but it's kind of like the reverse of it because I think like sometimes men try to be so strong for the woman. And in this case, I was trying to be so strong for you because, you know, I can cry easily when I think about it.
You're a crybaby for sure.
Yeah. So, and then like, I think once you started to kind of deal with your, like the grieving a little bit more, then we started going to church. I think that really helped a lot. Then I feel like it hit me because then, you know, there's so much more to it. I don't even know if you want to talk about that, but like obviously like me seeing him in my dreams and stuff and stuff happening around the house, like I just feel like he never actually left.
Yeah.
So then I feel like that's when it really started to affect me.
That makes sense.
What about you?
I mean, grief is something that I've always dealt with, but it's never, over the years, it's hit closer and closer. And this is the closest it can possibly hit. So I lost friends. I lost my grandma. I lost a lot of people. I mean, I've lost a lot of people since we've been together, but this is the first person you've lost. So for me, it was like, it was bad at first. It was so bad. But then it got to a point where I had to realize like you were going through it as well as me. So then I had to not only like deal with mine, I started to hide mine a little bit and try to be there for you. But yeah, it's tough because everyone handles it different and everyone is like, there's no right or wrong way to handle it, but there's no easy way to handle it either.
Yeah.
So,
especially when it's not just the two of you grieving, you have kids that you have to still be present for.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, I don't know. That was tough. Like that's all I can say.
I know.
I just feel like,
I mean, it still is, but it
is.
It's not as fresh.
I know. I actually been thinking about it a lot recently because I'm like I have a big picture frame of him in our living room, and anytime somebody moves it, like it was moved yesterday, I'm like, who the heck moved him? Like I want him right there where we could see him. And I know that's like weird to some people, but like I said, yeah, like Avery said, that was my first loss. That was my brother, you know, and I never like had a brother growing up. And I just remember all of our conversations. And so of course, like that hit me really, really hard. And it's not only that, it's like the way that he went. And I think the hardest part for me going through that grieving process was that we never got to say goodbye. And I think that's what really just upsets me the most. But yeah, I've been thinking about that lately. I'm like, there's not a day that goes by I don't think about him, but it doesn't mean that we're not hurting anymore. Like I just went actually recently, a couple of days ago, and posted on his Facebook. And I know that like he's gone, but I just don't ever want I know I'm weird. Like, I don't want him to think that we just forgot.
Yeah.
Because I hate when people do that. Like, people show up, you hear from people you've never heard from before. Like, I remember when people would just reach out to Avery that he hadn't even heard from in years. And it's like everyone wants to come together, and then over time people just forget.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was.
I don't wish it on anybody.
I don't know. It's crazy still. It's a crazy situation. I could have dealt with car crash. I could have dealt with sickness.
Mm-hmm.
I could have dealt with a lot.
It's the way it happened. I know.
But I could have dealt with a lot, but this one was hard. I have friends overdose. I've had my grandma die naturally. I've had people die from cancer, but this one is different, and it's a lot more harsh. And even like dealing with the case, it's a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more brutal and intense, and it's hard.
Well, yeah, especially if you like, you know, the details.
Yeah,
that's what I remember you telling me. That's what you didn't want me to know. But yeah, I feel like the details. You're right. Like it does make it worse, because then it's like that's all you remember. But what I can say is, like, I think a lot of times what really got me through was like remembering one of the conversations that I had with him, because Mike was just one of those people that would get in front of a bullet for you, and he did that for somebody. And I remember telling him, like a sister, like, why the heck would you do that? And he was just like, because I knew that he would do that for me. Like, that's just the kind of person that he was. He thought he could be there for everybody and save everybody because he thought they would do that for him. And I just remember him being like, you know, everybody's got to die at some point, basically.
Yeah.
Like, he just, I don't know. I really don't feel like he was afraid of going.
Yeah.
Because I knew he knew that was always a possibility. So for me, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think he just looked at things so differently. Like, he, even when he was shot and almost paralyzed for getting in front of a bullet for his friend, he still said, God is great. Like, you see what I mean? It's just stuff that he would say that made me look at things so differently too. And yeah.
Yeah, I think
but how do you feel like you've dealt with it now? Like, now, do you just feel like you deal with it in private?
Yeah. I deal with it in private for sure. I think it's I don't know. I feel like he I don't like to deal with it not in private anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's because every time it hits, it's in private. Like, even the other day, I teared up at church for a second and I just, shook it off. But that's the only way I really can deal with it, because when I'm not in private, there's other things going on. Mm-hmm. So you can't really think about stuff like that,
Yeah, is it something that like comes up though in church, or because I feel like that's when it seems to affect you?
No, it just comes up randomly. It'll be something super random
that you think of.
Yeah, all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. Something you have to learn to live with, and it sucks to say that. I was when it first happened, my cousin made a post on Facebook, and she passed away, and she was supposed to be at that funeral. So her sister Ivory was the one that I was like, whenever I had a rough day, I would message her like, "Yeah, I can't sleep tonight," and she would do the same with me, and we were like going through that together. And her sister's funeral was like a week after my brother's, and we can be there for that because it was so expensive trying to go in the first place. So
Yeah, I know. I feel like since I've been with you, it's been so many people.
yeah,
And I think we've only been able to go to one together. But you've gone, I think you've gone without me now.
a couple times.
Yeah.
No, we've done two because we went to Gale's.
It was Gail's and then Mike's.
Yeah, but no, those are the only two that I've been to. I didn't get a chance to go to the other ones. So
yeah, it is not easy. Like I said, especially if you've never lost anybody, but I think even for you, you've lost so many people. But it's like we're talking about your brother, like your other half. You know what I mean? Like, and then like ever since then, so much has changed. Like, you know, now we have his youngest sibling with us that we have mentioned a couple times. And there's like little things about him that you say no, but reminds me of Mike. And I think it gives me comfort, like to have him here. Then you have to think about that too. It's like not only are you grieving, but then you have to. It's like other people are grieving too, and but yeah, I think for me, I just didn't want to be selfish. I didn't want it to be about me. I just wanted to try to be there for you. But it's something I don't wish on anybody. And I remember saying for the longest time, I've never lost anybody. I've never lost anybody close to me. I don't even know what that would feel like. And so I think that's why it just hit me for so long. And I would have dreams for so long because I just never felt that kind of grief before. So, but I feel like now you kind of look at life a little bit differently.
yeah.
Whereas for me, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like I should be more grateful about life. I should be more grateful. But yeah, I don't know. I think to answer like Bradley's question, I think that is like the greatest part about having your best friend and being married to your best friend is because sometimes you do have to switch the roles. Sometimes you have to be there for them, even when you're not okay yourself, and then sometimes the roles switch and it's the reverse. So
yes, grief is something that I feel like it's always been around. Like I seen my aunt pass away from cancer, and she passed away. My grandma was the one taking care of her, so she passed away in our house. I don't know, I've dealt with it a lot, but it's all the feeling is different every time because it's a different person. The relationship with that person is different a lot of the times. Like with Gail, I worked with her. She was a great person. I worked with her at the YMCA taking care of kids, and she was like everybody's auntie. And then with Dijon, it's like I was playing video games with him every
I remember
day.
being there.
And then you look up and it's like, oh, he passed away this morning. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because I remember you picking him up and us taking him somewhere too.
Yep.
I never even knew who that was until then.
Yep. We took him to another city for work. He had to find a ride there. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And then we know it's not over because there's, like he said, there's still a case going. But it's scary, y'all. It's scary because I feel like where it happened, I just feel like it's almost inevitable that you're gonna that you're gonna lose somebody. Yeah. Like it's hard, honestly, for me. If you want to know like the real raw truth, it's like I just every day I prepare myself. I feel like because I just feel like it's somebody else's next. That's how it feels like. And we're talking about just Iowa.
Yep.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And it just sucks because you just don't know who's next. And you shouldn't have to think that way or feel that way and live your life that way. That is what brings on depression, because you just feel like I constantly think about it all the time. Like, man, okay, then if somebody else close to us, then it's like we're going to go through it again, you know? And I think that's why we're just trying so hard to be there and to be helpful with like his other siblings, because we don't want this to happen to them.
Yeah.
You know, it'd
I
just
think
be worse.
the whole thing was harder for me because I'm a visual person. So he got killed in his car, and I put myself in the back of that car because that is the only way I can experience it in a way to where I have all the answers and it's easier for me to deal with the grief. Like, I still have a picture of him in the car.
I know, I've never seen it.
And I'm not going to show you it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I mean, I have everything and I know everything. And with that, the hardest part is the more you know, the worse it gets. But then the more you know, the more you feel like, okay, I understand what happened. And I can be at peace with it when it's all said and done.
Yeah, instead of wondering what happened. Yeah. But see, imagine how I feel.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I mean, you know the story.
I mean, I know the story, but I don't know every little detail.
I mean, you know everything.
You know?
I'm pretty sure you know everything, but it's just you didn't see the pictures. You didn't see you know what I mean? No,
but I can envision it.
Yeah.
It's crazy, y'all, because I've had dreams of Mike showing up in my dreams. And the craziest part about it is and this is just for anybody that actually knows us and knows him, but there's like literally a picture, I think on your mom's Facebook, of him wearing a long blue coat. And when he first passed, that's when I started to have dreams. And if you guys don't know, I've always had like visual prophetic dreams, or like they just always mean something. And I remember one day I told Avery, I said, well, I woke up in the middle of my dream just crying. Like, I felt like I just experienced something, and then all of a sudden I was like, it's almost like gasping for air, and I just started crying because I realized what I just saw. And basically, like, he showed up in my dream in that same coat, and he was just smiling, just standing like this and just smiling. And I remember him, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I just remember him saying, like, I'm all right. That's what it was. He was like, I'm all right, and tell A that I'm all right. Like, tell Avery I'm fine. And then I remember telling Avery about the dream. And mind you, I hadn't even seen the picture of him in this coat. And then Avery was like, oh, I know what picture you're talking about. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me that dreams they aren't real. It was too real. And I know everybody has their own opinions on it, and it's fine. But for me, it gives me peace. And I really do feel like it was him. So...
yeah, we got to have a talk with Bradley. He got me up here shedding tears.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that answered the question.
No, it wasn't no question. We got to have a talk now. I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been not ever been the same since.
This feel like a long episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Feels like a long episode. It doesn't feel long, but it feels like, I don't know. I can't explain.
I mean, it wasn't the vibes that we wanted to bring to you guys. But we did get asked that. So
I mean, I'm sure somebody is dealing with this. So I'm sure it'll help somebody. As long as it helps somebody, you know.
I mean, I hope so. If you guys are still like dealing with the grief and you don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah. Reach out to Erica, because
I was just going to say.
She thinks I give bad advice.
No, I just don't think that it's hard to go to somebody that like it's home based. Like, I don't think a lot of people would come to you about it because they probably don't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we know someone that we don't really talk about it with because we don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't really have anybody to talk to. It's hard.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, that's one thing. Like, if somebody came to me and was like, I'd talk about it.
Now?
I'm not against talk. I would always talk about it, but there's certain details that I keep for the family because those details don't need to be out there. For one. For two, it's like, if I give this person this information, it could make it worse. So.
Well, before we go, like, with that being said, what kind of advice would you give to your kids based off how that happened? Because like we said, we can't go into detail, but it's somebody that he thought was like a friend. You know?
I mean, all we can do is make sure they're the type of person that would help someone that needed help. And I guess just be smart. I mean, we raised our kids to make the right decision, and we got to have faith in that.
Yeah. Do you feel like it affected you at all, how you people around you or who you trust?
I mean, not really, because Mike was the type of person to where if you know him, you knew what was going on in his life and stuff like that. The way he carried himself versus the way I carry myself is two different things. But I understood, you know what I mean? Like, the way he is may come from how he grew up. It may come from who he was around for a certain part of his time, his life, or it could be from, however, whatever happened with any situation. So the way we grow up kind of, it determines.
Like, you feel like that, do you feel like that wouldn't happen to you? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't think it would to me.
See, and I beg to differ.
I don't think it would to me.
Yeah. But I mean,
but when you're in the streets, in the street life is different, and I'm not in the street life.
Well, I mean, I think you're very selective about who you have around you.
Yeah.
But like, I've seen it before. Like, that's why I'm so crazy about who the girls have. When I feel a vibe from somebody and it feels not right, my mind instantly goes, see, I think I'm like traumatized by it because I feel like my mind goes there. If I feel like the girls have a friend that's a little envious or doing things they shouldn't be doing, I'm immediately like, I do not like your friend. And I don't care. It's like, I don't want them to not have friends, but that situation affected me so much that, like, I guess that's what I mean. I want them to have good discernment. I want them to really know when something doesn't feel right, or when somebody is envious of you, or they don't really like you, but they're pretending to. Because I've seen it. The girls are only 10 and 12, and some of their friends is very questionable. It's like, I tell them all the time, you need to be more cautious about who you choose to pick as a friend, and don't throw the word friend around so lightly.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, my brother, he
just loved everybody. There's
things he's seen when he was a kid or when he was older, or things that he went through in life. And some of those things he went through by himself. Some of those things I know about, but there's certain things he said before he died. He said, this is something I'm going to take to the grave. And there's certain things that he's seen in his life which determine how he handled situations or how he did this. But also, you got to realize there's certain things that are in your genes that you can't not deal with, or you cannot be. You know what I mean? Like, for me, my dad likes women. I like women, but I have to be disciplined to where, okay, instead of me being that, I know I want a family. I know I want a wife and kids. So I have to be disciplined enough to not do that. But naturally, that's just in the genetics. So there's certain things in his genetics that are.
You just feel like it was, like, you basically feel like it was inevitable that it was going to happen at some point.
I don't think that.
Not the way that it happened.
I think that he was going to make decisions that he wanted to make in general, and no one would be able to stop him from making those decisions. And he was going to do what he wanted to do because that's what he wanted to do. You can tell someone not to do something so many times. He can deal with the results of his actions so many times, but eventually the outcome is not going to be as great or as easy as the previous outcome.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
You have to deal with it. Karma, whether it's karma or whatever the case may be, it's just something you got to deal with. Karma doesn't miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just sucks because I know he was trying to do better, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there were still little things, obviously, yeah. But I feel like he was trying to do better.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was trying to reach his perfection, and then that's when he went.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So.
But yeah.
But all right, we will catch you guys in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, follow the podcast, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Share
and all
our
that.
videos.
Share our videos.
Let us know what you guys want us to talk about next.
Let us know what you guys want us to talk about next. What else?
Hey, don't forget my question about Avery and April, though. Y'all better leave a comment. Tell him.
Now that you ain't got to do. All right.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.